So recent research by Georgetown Law Center on poverty and inequality, they did some research on Girlhood Interrupted, the erasure of black girls' childhood. And so what they found out is that black girls are viewed as less innocent than white girls starting at age 5. Right, and so then what does that even mean, right? And so then what they found out in the study is that there's this idea called the adultification, if you would, of black girls. And that at starting at age 5, they're seen as older than white girls of the same age. These black girls are seen as more independent. They are viewed as knowing more about adult topics, and they're viewed more as more likely to know about sex than white girls are. And so I know that this sounds weird because, look, when I was a kid, I used to always wanted to be considered older, right? It's like, I remember when I was like 8 years old and I was like, and somebody would say, oh my God, I can't believe you're 8. I thought you were 9. And I'm like, yes, that's right, I'm 9. But when we're thinking about how the ramifications of this in regards to this research, the idea is like, how does this affect black girls in regards to the school system? And so this is the correlation that they made, and that black girls, because they're being seen as more adult-like, they're also being seen as that they need less nurturing, that they need less protection, they need less support, they need less comfort than white girls. Okay, so then what does that mean? What can that cause? Well, what that can cause then is that black girls are 5 times more likely to be suspended than white girls. Now, here's the deal. Like, you really got to think about that number. And so if you take 20 white girls who go to the principal's office, right, and 2 of them get suspended, right, when you say that black girls are 5 times more likely than white girls to get suspended, what you're saying is that you take that same 20 black girls that get sent to the principal's office, and that means that 10 black girls are going to get suspended. And so that's what it means that when someone says 5 times more likely, right? And so then what they also found out is that not only that, but black girls are also twice as likely than white boys to be suspended also. And then this is the part that when it comes to the prison to school pipeline, the school to prison pipeline, is the idea that black girls are 20% more likely to be charged with a crime than white girls are. Now, I don't like the way that they said that, with the 20% more likely to be charged with a crime. It's actually, when I did the math, it's actually that black girls are 4 times more likely than white girls to be arrested by campus police officers, right? And so then, when we're thinking about this, we're thinking then that what happens with black girls is that they're going to get sent off to juvenile systems and whatnot at a far earlier age than white girls ever would, right? And so then, why is this important, right? It's because what we continue to find in the school systems is that the idea that we're supposed to be treating people equally is just not being seen. We see these same racial demographics, these same racial trends with black males. Also, that they're far more likely to be seen as adults. Or to be seen as older, and so therefore more likely to be punished by the school system also. And so then, in wrapping this up, what is it that we could do about this? What can we do about this? And so one of the things we absolutely have to do, and this is, as a sociologist, you have to think about things structurally. And so one of the biggest things that causes all of this is that we now have police officers on campus, and I would recommend that we get the damn police officers off of campuses all over the nation. Because back in my day, yes, I'm 46, I'm an old ass man, but for real, back in my day, look, they didn't have police officers on campuses, so when kids got into fights, guess what happened? They just dealt with that. The administrators just dealt with that on campus and didn't send them to prison for getting into a school fight, right? The second thing that needs to happen, we have to actually stop the idea of suspending kids as punishment. And that we need, because if you think about it, if school is supposed to be the gateway to a better lifestyle, right? If you suspend kids from school, then aren't you saying you don't deserve the better lifestyle? And so then if we end suspension and go more towards a detention, right, use every moment to actually teach students what they did wrong and how they could do better, then I think that would be a way better system. And the last thing is to also do implicit bias training. Is that these teachers, these administrators, they have to go through some training to actually understand that even though they may not be doing it on purpose, that they are unduly punishing black girls far more than white girls are at the same age.